Hi, Nirothambi Pillay here from Investment Rise. And are you someone who believes you've missed the property boom? I get it, Sydney and Melbourne over the last few years have had astronomical price growth and we're sitting at record highs. And the question is, well, should you be investing in those markets right now? I mean, it's highly unlikely that the price growth we've had over the last 4 years is going to repeat itself. So if you're someone who says, I wish I'd bought earlier when I could have, and now prices are at such a high, I'm not even sure if I can afford them. And also the other thing is, it's very, very unlikely, no matter what your perspective is on the Sydney and Melbourne markets, that the performance over the last 4 years is going to repeat itself. I mean, 65% price rises in Sydney and something 80% price growth in Melbourne. That's just not sustainable. So I think everyone will agree that the rate of price growth is definitely going to come down. The question is, will we see zero growth? Will we see negative growth? Will we just see a slower positive growth? These are all different matters for discussion. But the fact is that these markets are not going to repeat their performance for the last 4 years. So the question is then, what do you do? Do you choose to just sit out of the market and say, oh, poor me, I missed out on getting in when I should have, and I'll just leave my money in the bank? Well, that option isn't really going to help you get ahead faster from a financial perspective. So then what do? Do you wait for maybe the prices to crash? Well, you could be waiting a long time, because at the moment, if you've seen any of the strategies that governments have put in place for making prices more affordable in Sydney and Melbourne, none of them have been really targeted at making prices fall. They've been looking at some other strategies, some other incentives. So I'm not sure waiting for a crash is the best thing for you to do. So therefore, if we can't leave our money in the bank, and if we can't wait for a crash, because neither of those two strategies are going to get us ahead financially, what do we do? Well, the key thing is to start looking at other markets around the country, because Australia's not a country of just one market. We're a country of multiple markets, and right now there are certainly some wonderful markets out there with some great price growth opportunity, great population growth, infrastructure growth, high yields, and Sydney and Melbourne are offering, so the cash flow perspective is far better, so it doesn't cost you very much. Certainly some great opportunities, but you need to do your research, because there are a number of people right now who are investing in markets just because they're cheaper than Sydney and Melbourne. And that for me is scary, because just because something's cheap, something's affordable, okay, that's just the first criteria for you to invest in, but that's not the final criteria. You then now need to start looking at the other key factors that drive capital growth, which is, as I've said for many of my videos, it comes down to population growth, infrastructure growth, what's the ratio of owner occupancy to tenant occupancy, and a variety of other factors. So if you're looking to invest outside of Sydney and Melbourne because you understand those markets may not either be affordable for you or optimal for you to invest in, then I congratulate you. But I also ask you just to be careful. There are going to be a lot of people who are buying interstate because they're cheaper, who are going to get burnt. Instead, do your research, get the advice from someone who sort of had the experience investing in Australia for the last 15 years of different markets, and then make sure you set yourself up correctly. Because one of the things I believe is that property investing is a team sport. If you try and do it alone, it's quite likely you're going to get burnt. So if you'd like some assistance with investing in property that's going to cost you no more than a cup of coffee a day in some high growth locations, hit me up using the link below. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Otherwise, let me know what you think right now. If Sydney and Melbourne are not optimal, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep your money in the bank, or are you going to look for markets where prices are more affordable with good capital growth potential? I look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.